In this video I'm making, I'm going to share with you the importance of being part of an accountability group. Not just being part of it, meaning that you were added into this private Facebook group that you receive a million notifications a day from, but actually digging in and, using it for what its purpose is, for support, for encouragement, for feedback, for questions, and just so at the end of the day, when you're on this journey that may seem overwhelming and, like you have so far to go to get to your destination, that you're not alone. Okay, so we're going to go backtrack a little bit. In January, I found my coach, Becky, online through Facebook. We had never met. She was a stranger. It was just kind of one of these crazy things how our paths crossed. I watched her for a few days. I even went so far as to stalking not only her profile, but her husband and her sisters. They seemed like a family that was into fitness for as far back as I could scroll. And I could scroll a lot when I had a lot of time on my hands back then. So I was like, okay, this is what the type of person I want. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to work out with a trainer and pay, about $50 a session. I didn't want to go to the gym where, I was intimidated by other people and just felt like a buffoon. I didn't have anybody to watch the kids. So I said, okay, this at-home workout's great. I finally decided on P90X and I bought the challenge pack because it included Shakeology. I didn't really know what Shakeology was. She told me I needed it. The only reason I bought it was because it came with the 30-day money-back guarantee. I really believed that I would give it my all, but I would return it. Shortly after I did finally make the purchase, I started making some adjustments in, my diet to try to brace myself and prepare myself for this huge change I was making. And she texted me one day and said, can I add you to my accountability group? I'd never even heard the word accountability, in that context. I'm like, what is this? She's like, it's just a private group that I have set up for people who are doing P90X. It only has people in there who are doing P90X. And I said, I guess you can add me. And she explained to me that this was completely private, no judgment being passed, and that this was just for people who are doing P90X. So they could just bounce ideas off of each other, share their progress, share their struggles, ask any questions, and just have somewhere to check in. And, I didn't completely wrap my head around it, but I did think, well, this is great, because when I ordered my P90X challenge pack, I told nobody. I didn't tell anybody. I did tell my girls, hey, I ordered this workout thingy. Don't tell Ryan because, I just want to surprise him with the results, which is bullshit. All I wanted to do is make sure that they didn't tell him because I was afraid that I was going to fail and that I don't know, I don't know what I thought he would do, honestly, but I was just embarrassed. All I'd ever heard about P90X is how hard it was and how, you'd see people on Facebook, oh, day 1 of P90X, day 2 of P90X, and then crickets. So I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be that same person. I didn't judge them, but I was just thinking oh God, I've tried to lose weight and tried to get in shape and went through these yay, I'm going to get fit after watching some hot chick that had a 6-pack, on TV the night before. And I mean, it was like the yay, and then anticipation goes and, it was over and it was back to the normal. So I just thought this was going to be another one of these, things. But when I started it, I instantly started posting the group. Literally, you have to understand, I knew nobody. There was nobody from the community, none of my friends. This was ran by a stranger. But I did. Every day I posted. And some days it was just I did core synergistics or, whatever. And then, once I realized I could be more open, I started posting on Facebook. I remember one day saying that, I completed, I don't even remember what workout it was, but I realized that I'm not as bad a shape as I thought I was, but I'm also not as good a shape as I could be. And I remember people started liking it. And I'm like, people are watching me. What do you know? And then on day 13, I posted a picture when I put on my pants and I was just blown away that, I could see results. My pants were way too big. I need to go down in pant size. And I was like, holy shit, this has never happened. And honestly, that's what kept me going. And in this challenge group was all these people that were in there that were doing the same program. Some had started right around when I had. Others were, almost in the last phase of the program. And so they were able to like my comment or give me some feedback so that I realized that what I was feeling when the fact that I could only do 5 push-ups, very weak push-ups on my knees on day 1 was totally normal. I think so many people go into these programs and they're just trying to follow Tony Horton, follow Sean T, and follow Autumn, and they're just like, oh my God, I'm a loser. I'm never getting in shape. Well, of course, you are not going to keep up with the trainers. That's just ridiculous. If you could, then you wouldn't be watching the video at home and doing it. You would be in the video. So you have to have realistic expectations. The point is having support. I didn't have support from anybody. namely because I told nobody. And I was embarrassed. But the thing is, having these groups are great. I have been running my own groups for 2 years since I became a coach on February 15th, 2012. The ones that I see have the best success are the ones that dig into the group. The groups are not here so that you can say, oh, I just, whipped out, 15 push-ups in, the CVX workout on P90X 3, and then somebody, comes and calls you out. Well, I did 25. This isn't it. This is just a sounding board to get it off your chest. Most people who have struggled with their weight, who have health issues, they're very private. It's embarrassing. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to admit that they need help. And so this is really scary to talk about it with other people. And honestly, I found, and I mean, I always thought that we were the only ones who were alone, who had no support from family, but I'm finding out that a lot of people have zero support from their family. So basically, they feel alone. A lot of spouses don't support them. So having these accountability groups with people who are unbiased and are doing the same program as you, and you'll find out as you open up that most of these people share the same struggles with you, whether it comes to food, motivation. So what I want to share with you is that since I've been a coach since February 15th, 2012, I've been running these groups. I haven't really been in my own group. And it's really, it's great to have these people in these groups because we all share. I share what my workouts are doing, but nobody's necessarily holding me accountable because I'm the one leading them and running them. And I'm in several different groups. So for me, this has been great. When I was selected, when I found out on March 31st, when corporate contacted me to let me know that I'd been selected in the PIO test group, I was thrilled because I had originally submitted an application to be part of the 21-day fix test group that kicked off at the end of 2013. I was disappointed that I didn't get picked, but totally realistic. There was probably 400 people who, went in wanting the same thing as I did. So it was kind of like a long shot for me to be picked. So I wasn't, mad, but I was kind of disappointed. So when I got this, email saying that I had been selected and if I was interested, then, to let them know. I have never been so excited about anything or even outwardly showed it as much as I did then. And, I was just excited. I couldn't wait to get the paperwork back. I mean, I jumped on my response immediately. For me, it was like, this is what I needed. This is what I needed to hold myself accountable. And for me as a coach, as a 2013 elite coach, this is like huge for me. I have the chance that my results are going to speak volumes to the people that I'm trying to reach. And along the way of this journey on day 11, I found my soulmate program. I found something that's making me like to work out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do PIO for the rest of my life because as great as these other programs are, I hate working out, and I'm the first one to admit it. I don't like to feel like I'm dying. I don't push pause the whole time, which has boosted my confidence, and I look forward to working out. The program lengths are pretty good that, somebody like me who procrastinates all day can squeeze it in last minute when she's trying to run out the door before she's got to pick up kids. The nutrition plan's easy for me. I'm seeing results that I've never seen before in such a quick amount of time. But for me, this is going to drive my business too and help me help other people. I have the chance to, obviously meet Shalene as the creator of this program. I've never really met her up close and personal. I've met several other trainers. I could be featured in an infomercial. I'm going to show up to Summit. Last year I showed up and I look back at pictures. I'm like, oh my God, I really went down on my nutrition. I was in the middle of Body Beast, the book phase. So naturally I was like, and I wasn't happy with the way I looked. This time I can go and feel great about myself. And now I can go in and say, I completed this program and I loved it. Not just that, it's an excellent program, but I wanted to die, every day of it. So this is huge for me. And so then I keep thinking this is what I needed, but then I thought, why couldn't I do this before? And I was unfocused. I was totally unfocused. I didn't have the accountability. So this is where you come in when you're in a group, is that you have the accountability. You have a coach, myself, or whoever your coach is, checking in with you, providing tips. You have this whole group of other people, some that from your community, some maybe your friends. I have family members who are doing it together, or, strangers that you can, connect with, people that you find that you have things in common with. But if you never post, if you never ask questions, if you never share your struggles or your victories, then nobody's going to know. You're going to sit on the sidelines and you are truly missing out. And another side point that I've noticed from being this accountability group is I'm pretty sure out of the people that are in the group that the majority, if not all of us, are elite coaches. So we are people out there who are out, encouraging people. We're in the top in the company. We've had great transformations that have drawn people to us. We have the leadership skills necessary. We have the time management skills to be able to, manage all of our responsibilities and manage, hundreds or thousands of other people. Because you have to understand, when we're checking in on them, when we're thinking about them, we're managing extra people. Our little family and our brains, our family extended and our brains are going all the time thinking about all of these people. But we're normal people. And this just kind of like, I have all these people who think that, oh, you have to be in like tip top shape and you have to be perfect to be a coach. You would be surprised at some of the things that I'm seeing in the accountability group. We are just normal people. Most of us were on the cruise to Grand Cayman and Cozumel for the 2014 Success Club trip, and most of us ate like shit. Most of us were all complaining about being bloated. I gained 10 pounds in the month of March because we were on vacation 3 weeks out of 4. A lot of us are struggling with the time management of meal preparation. A lot of us are stress eaters. So this is the thing. It's like, don't think that you just can't be a coach because you have to be perfect, because we're all normal people. You can do it too. But I found that all of us are really, really, really enjoying being part of the group. We're sharing all of our struggles. Nobody's judging anybody. And this is just like a normal challenge group with just regular customers and non-coaches. So I want everybody to really realize that if you are not utilizing these groups, if you're not reaching out to others, if you are not sharing anything and you're just silently creeping in these groups in the shadows and on the sidelines, you are missing out. If you don't want to talk about this publicly outside of, on Facebook or outside of face-to-face anybody or tell anybody what you're doing, then utilize these challenge groups. These challenge groups are completely private. In 2 years of running, like, I don't know, tons of challenge groups and being part of challenge groups, I've never seen anybody judge somebody else. I've never seen anybody, say anything ugly or hurtful. Sometimes people compare themselves to other people's, results, which I tell everybody, everybody's different. Everybody has, different levels of, how well they're eating, how much they're pushing themselves or whatnot. But these are set up for support. You don't have to go out this alone. That's where the team and Team Beachbody came in. So I hope you've watched this, and I hope you, will take a step back. And if you're not, engaging and interacting in these groups, if you're part of, that you really take a look at it and start doing that, because it not only motivates yourself and holds yourself accountable, but it also helps other people. And I hear this all the time. I can't inspire or encourage anybody. You might be surprised. You should just try it. So I hope that leave you with this thought that, you can make a goal for, from here on out is to, participate more in the groups that you're in. You're selling yourself short if you don't.